Welcome back. This is Jason Hall with Team Home Loans here on Whistle Wednesdays. Again, in studio with Mike Q with Zing Solar, AJ Powers with Whistle Realty, and now in the hot seat, Travis Sailing with Team Home Loans, one of our loan officers there on the team. Travis, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
All right. I know you've been on the radio show a few times before.
Inaugural show, actually.
You were on the original show that I was out of town, and you definitely filled in my seat and did a wonderful job. Thank you. And Kyle, I know, loves you. I know AJ loves you. And let's talk about what's going on in interest rates.
Things are amazing. They're so good right now. There's a mini refi boom happening with rates plunging. Everything that's been happening, from France or the oil stuff, it's all kind of coming together and making, the rates drop down, and it's just wonderful. I never thought I'd see this again, and here we are in a position to really do.
Let's talk about that. I know you never thought it would happen again, but who told you it was probably going to happen?
Man.
I think it was me.
Oh, yeah, maybe it was AJ.
No, it wasn't Mike.
It wasn't Mike. No, that was you, Jason. You did call that when everyone thought you were kind of crazy because the Fed was like, hey, we're going to raise it, beginning of next year. And he's like, I don't know. I think they're going to go down. So
I kept telling you, we're going to see rates in the threes again. And everybody thought I was nuts, Mike and AJ. And I just knew the economy has to be strong. And if the economy's strong, rates are going to go up. But it's got to be strong not only here in the United States, here definitely in San Diego, but it's got to be strong globally. Yeah. And I'm just not seeing signs of that. In fact, some of the numbers came out and the retail sales were down almost a full percent. It was down 0.9%. That was announced this morning. And that kind of let the market drop. It was over a couple hundred points last I looked. And so with everything going on, you're right. It's created this perfect storm with interest rates, Travis. And, a lot of our clients refied, thought 4.25 was great, and it was at the time.
Right.
But now the rates in the threes range.
Exactly.
And it's just this great time. So what things you want to share about that?
Well, for one, it's making, any purchases, they have a lot more purchasing power for the same price. So, we kind of touched on that earlier, but, instead of buying at $400, you can now buy at $440. There's a lot more inventory up there. Same price you were getting just before, Christmas. So, it hasn't even been that long. And all of a sudden, for the same price, you can get an extra $40,000 in purchasing power. Awesome. And then of course, the FHA announcement coming out recently that they're going to drop the MI. So you do that on top of the better rates. It's like a no-brainer here. They're almost giving money away to go, buy your first house. So if you're renting right now and you can buy for the same or just even a little bit more than what you rent for, when you add in the deductions you get on your taxes, it's going to be, come out to about the same, except for you get the appreciation. And then, of course, you're going to be locked into these loans, for many, many years. And, as the rates go up, you can just kick back and be like, I got a sweet rate when the rates were good. And, strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah, sure. Because, rent seems to always go up, right?
And I actually saw something on that today, that San Diego rents are continuing to go higher. They're like 17% higher than the national average. And, the rents are just getting more, people are finding out San Diego's an awesome place to live, right?
It is. Born and raised here, San Diego native myself. So is Kyle. We absolutely love San Diego. And here's the thing, guys. Rents always go up. I've yet to have a buyer in 25 years of doing this call me up and go, hey, I don't want to buy a house now because my landlord called me up and said, hey, I'm lowering your rent $200-$300 a month. Right. It never happens. It's either going to stay the same or it's going to go up. That's what I've seen. And as Travis, you're saying, you can fix in that payment, fix in that cost. You know what it's going to be. Kind of like with Mike and Zing Solar on your energy. You can fix in that cost. You can fix in a payment and be set.
Right. For up to 30 years. How great is that? You know exactly where your payment's going to be. You don't have to worry about, moving every couple months if your rent, if your rent goes up or anything like that. So it's just such an amazing time. I'm so excited to be doing this right now. Our phones are like ringing off the hook.
It's finally nice. The end of the new year and the phone's ringing more because people want. And we don't like to talk too much on particular rates, but I'll mention this because I ran the annual percentage yield. FHA 30-year fixed, 3.25 with an APR of like 3.41. That's unbelievable. 3.25 on a 30-year fixed FHA loan. No one thought this would ever happen again, and here it is.
It happened almost 2 years ago. I think it was May of 2000. 2013 or 12. Anyways.
May 2013 was our
13.
last cycle.
Yeah, and it was like, no, and everyone was like, "Oh man, I can't believe it's over." And rates went up, but here we are again in the same seat. And the last time it only lasted like a few weeks. Like it was such a short period of time. I remember it like it was yesterday. But
Look at him smiling.
Here's the thing too, though, is we forget. I bought in 08 at 6.5%.
And that was a great rate at the time.
Yeah, so, even when they get up in the low fours again, that's still an incredible rate. Don't feel like, oh, I missed the wave at 3.25. You're doing well 4, 5. I mean, it's still historically a great rate.
The wave. The wave is right here, right now.
Yeah, the wave's here. You don't want to miss it. And that's a good point, AJ. You buy and get the best rate you can when you find the right house. And what I tell a lot of our buyers that I've worked with, look, I can always change your interest rate because rates will move up and down in the future, and they always do. Doing this 20 plus years, guys, I've seen rates in the 14s, I've seen rates in the 3s, and even the 2s for 15. But the house prices, you got to find the right house, get that. We can always change the rate in the future. So that's what the refi boom you're talking about, Travis, is a lot of the clients you've helped just in the last couple of years that were getting 4 or 5% rates are now getting in in the 3s. And that's an opportunity that if they didn't act and at least buy a house, they may not qualify for the same house today. I mean, doing this, I've had a lot of friends. I'm like, wow, wonderful home. They're like, yeah, we bought it 20 years ago. We couldn't afford to buy it based on the current price, but we took the risk, got in 20 years ago, and we've been riding the rates down as they've come down. And we have to live here in this super nice neighborhood, and because we made that risk.
Absolutely.
Well, Jason, I also ran some numbers with Travis the other day on average sale price in San Diego County was what, $446,900 right now?
Right.
So with the FHA reduction, which I think is huge, just the PMI difference alone on that $446,000 purchase was $185 a month.
$185.
Then you talk about the reduction in the rates. You're talking a couple $100 a month for that same exact property 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, no, great point. I know. I ran the numbers at $500,000 because of a client. It was $385 in savings, what it was 2 weeks ago to what it is today. And you hit it right on there. I mean, clients are going to save that $300 to $400 on an FHA loan. Again, on a conventional loan, if you qualify for those, you're still going to save because interest rates have really dropped over the last couple of weeks. But the big target right now is FHA mortgage insurance. So, AJ, let me ask you, you've had a chance to work with Travis and some of your buyers. What are some of the advantages that getting truly pre-approved and things that you would recommend to the listeners?
Well, I'll tell you, we've got one going right now. VA buyer that had come over to me and she was working with Navy Fed. She said, well, they pre-approved me for $200 on a condo and I want to get out there looking. I said, well, let me get a second opinion on this because I know Navy Fed, no, nothing against them, but typically they don't collect documents like your tax returns. They don't check your bank statements. They don't do a lot of things that you need to do up front. So we go find you that perfect house, come to find out, well, you were writing something off on your taxes and you no longer qualify because they didn't look at that. Where I know with you guys, Team Home Loans, Travis, everyone there is doing a full pre-approval, which means all the documents are collected up front. We know by the time we get out there looking that you are approved. There's no questions that we're going to go find this home and something's going to come up. So that's really the biggest thing for me as an agent is just having that confidence that you're qualified. We know what you're going to be able to approve for. And, our biggest hurdle right now is just finding you a home.
Right. Now, and you've seen it happen where a client's like, no, I'm good. They get in escrow, and then a week later or a couple days later, they find out, hey, I can't get the loan. There's not a worse feeling, right, AJ, than when another lender tells them they're approved, you get them a house, and they're not really approved.
Right. It's difficult. People get really emotionally involved, and it just makes it hard on everyone. Once you have that letdown, it's even harder to get back into the game. So I say, let's just do it right the first time. Figure out what you qualify for. Let Travis do everything up front, and let's go from there.
Totally agree. That's excellent. Travis, you want to throw out your cell phone there?
Yeah, sure. If you guys want to call me, it's 619-507-8863.
All right. So, again, we're wrapping up here the show. Thank you guys so much for coming in studio. Wonderful evening. Looking forward to the NFL games this coming Sunday. But rates are super good. It's a super good time to buy. And as we all know, every time I look at my gas and electric bill, I know I need to get solar. And I know, Mike, I've been promising you we're going to get together. I'm working on that second phase, and I'm going to get solar up and work with Zing Solar. So if you guys want, you can reach out to Mike. So, Mike, Q, thank you again for coming in.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I know this is your first time on radio, at least on our station. We appreciate having you, so thank you. Travis, as always, thank you so much,
Pleasure's
sir.
mine.
AJ Powers, the real estate agent guru of the Whistle Realty team, and always dressed, looking sharp. He's got a suit and tie. Thank you for coming in and spending a little bit of time with us.
Thanks, Jason. I appreciate it.
All right, you're listening to Whistle Wednesdays. You guys have a great week. We'll see you guys next Wednesday, 11:70 a.m. The Answer.
Can you blow my whistle, baby? Whistle, baby, let me know. Girl, I'm gonna show you.